everyone, this is Becca over at Unmarked Beauty and Wellness. I am one of the estheticians and laser techs on the team, and I am here today to talk to you a little bit about BBL. We're not talking about butts here, we're talking about broadband light therapy. Broadband light therapy is a pulsed light treatment, so we have flashes of light that change different things in the skin that we would like to see get better. BBL is going to be great for someone who is dealing with acne, rosacea and redness, brown spots or sun damage, or even with fine lines and texture. So BBL is wonderful for anyone that is dealing with acne, brown spots or sun damage, redness or rosacea, and it can even help with fine lines and wrinkles a little. So who is broadband light good for? This treatment is a wonderful treatment. It's very customizable, one of the most customizable things that we can do here, but unfortunately it is not for every skin type. So it is not the best treatment for African American skin or other deep skin tones, whether that be Native American, East Indian, you name it. It's gonna be based more on how deep is the skin color. If we're dealing with deeper skin tones, there are other treatment options that can address a wide range of concerns, but BBL is not necessarily going to be the safest or most effective treatment for you. There are also some things with medications, so certain medications might make someone not the best candidate for BBL, and depending upon your situation, if that's a medication that you can't take a break from, maybe we need to look at a different treatment option for you. So I'm going to walk you through what a BBL treatment will look like for you if that's the best treatment option for you or we decide to move forward with that treatment. After we take you into our photo room and do some imaging so that we get a good baseline for where we're starting before your treatment, we're going to bring you into the treatment room in here. And with BBL, we don't have to worry about any sort of topical numbing. In fact, we don't want you to be numb for this treatment because you need to be able to give me feedback as a provider on what your comfort level is like and how warm you're feeling throughout the treatment. So we're going to clean your skin off before we begin, and we're going to use some ultrasound gel. Now this is going to do a couple things for you. This is going to help keep the surface of your skin nice and cool so that the heat from the device is getting into the skin and affecting the things that we want to see get better for you. We're going to mist with water as needed throughout the procedure, and depending upon what we're trying to treat, I may be using little adapters that allow me to get into smaller areas of the face. It's really going to depend on what you're coming in with that we want to see improve, on what adapters we may use, what filters we may use, because again, BBL is super customizable. But we're going to walk you through that treatment. We'll explain every step as we go because we're going to be treating multiple things no matter what brought you in for BBL in the first place. So say you came in for a few broken blood vessels. I almost guarantee you've got a few brown spots in there too. Why would we not hit both of those things so that we can see your overall appearance get a lot better for you? So while we're doing your BBL treatment, you are going to see flashes of light even through your goggles. Your eyes are going to be fine. You wear the eyewear so that it's not straining your eyes. But the nice thing about BBL is we're not using wavelengths of light that can actually harm anyone's vision. Now, as we're doing the procedure, most of it should be fairly comfortable. You'll feel a little bit of heat as those flashes are touching your skin. Depending upon what we're treating, some of those little flashes might be a touch snappy. That's usually when we're going through and targeting individual issues in the skin a little bit more aggressively so that we can see a better change for you. But generally speaking, you should feel very comfortable. Worst case scenario, after the treatment, you might feel a little warm, slightly sunburny, but we really want to make sure that you're cooling off after that procedure, which is why we're using gel and water, and we have a Zimmer that's going to be like an air conditioning unit where you're blowing cold air at yourself. So with BBL, it should really be very tolerable and very comfortable throughout the procedure. So leading up to your BBL procedure, you do want to make sure that you are avoiding sun exposure. We do not want any sort of tan in the skin before we begin because the BBL device doesn't know the difference between your tan and your sun damage that we may be trying to get rid of. So you really need to be compliant for 2 weeks leading up to your procedure where we are avoiding getting any sort of color in the skin. There are certain actives in skincare, retinols, alpha hydroxy acids, things like that we'd like to see you take a break from before your procedure. We don't want anything that is making your skin thinner or more sensitive or more compromised before we begin. As far as aftercare goes, with BBL, it is not unusual to have kind of a red appearance to the skin after. Some other things that you're going to notice, say you came in for rosacea, you've got some red right across the middle of your face. What I expect to see when we're done with your treatment is just sort of a diffused red appearance to the skin after the fact. For most people, that's going to be resolved within a day, maybe 2 days on the long end. Some other things that you may notice, say we're working on brown spots for you. Those browns are going to get worse before they get better. So I need to see those spots get darker while I'm doing your treatment to know that I did a good job for you and that I'm going to make your skin look better. So that's something that you need to be aware of. Maybe socially, if you're speaking in front of people or you have photos to do, I wouldn't recommend BBL just before an event like that because it's going to take about a week for your face to resolve with any of those brown spots starting to fade away for you. So you're going to want to plan accordingly for that. So your aftercare for BBL is going to be dependent upon what your concerns are with your skin. So your provider is going to talk to you about that. But as a general rule, we want to keep things very gentle after something like BBL, and I don't like to see people exfoliate for at least a week after their treatment. So if you're looking to see some improvements to acne or sun damage or some of the signs of aging, BBL might be a wonderful treatment for you. Again, this was Becca with Unmarked Beauty and Wellness. Thanks for spending a little time with me today.